This is Fox 31 News.
8:44 right now. It's a peak time for taking care of those gardens and lawns. And while many may look forward to planting flowers first, you may also want to take a good look at your trees.
You got to make sure your trees are healthy. Kevin Marks joins us now with some idea. Oh, you're outside, even better. So you can give us the demo. Good morning to you. I'm sure you know the feeling. I know the feeling. It's springtime. You look outside, and one of your trees looks like it's not doing well. How do you figure that out, and how do you deal with it?
Bring it back to life.
Well, there's a number of things that can go on in the spring, and coming out of the winter and the weather events that had happened over the winter are two of the major things that are going to dictate how things come out. We've had a couple of freezes. We had one in October and then another one earlier this year in April that have wreaked a little bit of havoc in the landscape, particularly on browning pine trees that everybody's seeing.
Yeah, those are those pretty popular pine trees that we see out there. How do you recognize when something is wrong versus it just being spring? Because sometimes trees just don't look healthy until they really get going, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We get a lot of yellow color in the spring, and we get a lot of different growth patterns, really based on our temperatures and our frost. Yeah. So, things can be late. We've had Cinco de Mayos where we have trees in full leaf down there in Civic Center Park, and we've had ones where there's not a leaf to be found. So, the weather is going to dictate what happens. And you can really, just kind of base it on what you're seeing throughout. Don't look at one tree and think that, it's the what's going on everywhere. Take a look around. I'm in Kittring Park this morning down in Littleton, and there's some trees that are fully out, and there's some trees that haven't even started yet.
Oh, Kevin, can you get to a point where the tree's just unsalvageable, or didn't make it through the winter?
Just cut it down. Just throw it in the garbage.
How do you know when to make that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that's great to get a professional opinion on. A certified arborist can certainly help out with that. A lot of transplants from last year, anything planted after July 1st, is having some trouble. We did have those freeze events that really impacts the younger ones more than anything else because they just don't have the storage in the root systems.
Well, and you work for Davey Tree Company, which is a company based out of where I come from in Ohio. But what I've noticed as someone who came from Ohio, things are different in Colorado. And things you think you know about trees and plants are different in Colorado. And I think that's important for people, transplants, to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw everything you know out the window because this is a high desert where nothing grew except along an occasional creek bed. Everything you see is planted, and we brought in plant material from around the country and the world and really messed up nature's plan by making our beautiful environment. So trees need a lot of help out here. A lot of things can go wrong. We have some tried and true species that we would steer you towards, but yeah, there's always need for a little extra care here in Colorado.
All right, Kevin, thank you for the pro tips to help us get started. We appreciate you taking the time.
We messed things up. I like that perspective. We really messed up Mother Nature's plan. We're good for that. That's for sure. Us people, we really are. Thank you so much. 8:47 right now. Let's get over to Brooks to talk about that weather and really